let me tell you about something that happened to me recently. The hardest damn thing that happened to me recently, it was fucking devastating, man. It's hard to talk about because it's a bit embarrassing, a bit shameful. You might think I'm an asshole a little bit, but I don't actually think I am. But let me tell you the story. Me and my neighbour, I'm not going to say her name, we'll call her Jane. That's not a real name, but so Jane and me became very close and became friends, and we lived next to each other for over 20 years, right? And for probably about 15 of those years, we were very close friends. Very close. Like, she came with me twice a week when we went driving out and walked. We went walking all the walks around Christchurch and the Christchurch areas. And I live in Little River, and all the way from Little River to Christchurch and all the different areas around the place, like Lincoln, Selwyn, Green Park, Ribbleton, Mochikarara, Birdlings Flat, and Christchurch. And there's freaking tons of walks. She had dogs. She's a dog person, and she had 3 dogs, and I had 2. I always got 1 or 2. She's always got 2 or 3. So we're dog people, and that's how we get on in the first place, really. So as we got close, she started confiding in me, telling me a few things about herself, her inner self. Her mum is Jewish, strict Jewish. She grew up in she was quite a cold mother. Obviously, they have genes passed down from the camps and the Nazi fucking shit. I don't want to talk about that, but it's in her genes, right? So it's in Jane's genes as well. So they're quite a cold, stern, sort of stoic, and quite cold, really. But I managed to break into that, and it took 5 years of me being really nice until she let me in, right? And so I was very careful with her, and I tried to nurture her through the whole time I was friends with her. Because what she has is panic attacks. She has severe panic attacks. If she gets upset about something, she might have a panic attack. And I've seen it a few times, and it's fucking freaky, man. It's like she's freaking dying or something. So I console her, and I help her, and I comfort her, and help her through it, Though she never talks about it. We just get on. And she trusts me, and she has faith in me. She has, she can trust me, and for good reason, because I'm freaking trustworthy. And I trust her. We're very, very close, Anyway, she got cancer, breast cancer. And I did a lot of things for her and helped her a lot while she went through chemo and all that. She beat it. She had to have one of her breasts removed. But she beat the freaking cancer. And I helped do that by calming her, making her feel confident, and helping her to feel confident, and that she had support, people that loved her around her. I was very like that. I really was trying to break her down and make her open her up a little bit, so wasn't so cold. I was pretty much her only friend in the village, because she just wouldn't let anybody get close to her, right? So I felt quite privileged, really. But at the same time, I was trying to help her open up, be more trusting. Let her soul enjoy a little bit of love, just from the universe, nothing else. But anyway, long story short, well, it's a bit late for that because it's already long, right? Well, long story short, we were driving in the car one day, and I stupidly told her off because she was niggling at me because we didn't get on 100% the whole time. Just like any relationship, people have quarrels, right? But they get over them and they carry on. So that's what I thought. So I told her off for niggling. She was niggling I had to go back the wrong way to the closest petrol station because I needed petrol. She was niggling at me for letting my car get so low in the first place. So I sort of told her, I said, stop bloody niggling at me, something like that. That's all I said, something like that, right? The next thing you know, she's freaking screaming her head off, having a panic attack. And I tried to comfort her, and she was pushing me away, screaming, and just absolute panic. And I was driving along on the open road at this point, So it was freaking dangerous, man. And then she tried to get out of the car while we were going 80 Ks. I had to pull her back in while I was going around the corner. There was cars behind me. Then I pulled over as soon as I could, and she fucking jumped out of the car and started running down the side of the road, screaming with her hands in the air, help me, help me. And a couple of cars stopped, people got out, and I don't know what the fuck she was saying, but because I was parked way back down, I thought, oh my God, I'm going to get in trouble here. What the fuck's going on? So I scurried down there. And as I did, you should have seen the looks on the people's faces looking at me. So God knows what she said to them, but they got in their cars and took off. They wouldn't let me say anything. And I went over to Jane, and she was crying, sitting on the grass, crying. And I said, hang on, I'll go get the car and I'll take you home. And I went and got the car. She got in the car, and then I drove her home. No words were spoken, except for me saying sorry. I said, sorry, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to cause you to panic or something like that, you know. Because I really didn't understand what was happening. I was in shock. Anyway, she didn't even look at me, didn't acknowledge me, didn't acknowledge my apology or nothing. I tried to own it. I'm quite prepared to be responsible for this. I don't know how I shouldn't have told her off, I guess. Maybe it was the way I did it. I raised my voice, you know. But she could have just said, Sam, stop being so, that's, you know, got upset or something. But anyway, it's not over yet. In the morning, I get this email from her. One line, it said, Sam, keep off my property and never speak to me again. That was what it said. That's what it said. Can you believe that? After fucking 15 years of close friendship ended like that. And I freaking wrote about 5 different freaking big apologies explaining how I understand and how I was insensitive and I'm really sorry and I don't want to lose you because you're special to me and all that. And nothing. And then not only did I get the email, when I went outside, she'd put up a fucking for sale sign. She's leaving, moving out of the house she's lived in for over 20 years, 25 years probably, because of me. But talk about overreaction. Have you ever heard of a more overreaction than that? Is that the right word? Anyway, it was devastating. It broke my heart. And I got no replies for my apologies or anything. And I tried to talk to her when she was outside, talking to the real estate agent. She just ignored me. I saw her in the shop one day, and I went up and said, hi Jane. She just gave me an evil look and walked away. I don't get it. It's fucking, talk about betrayal. I got angry for a bit, but I didn't show it. I got over that. I worked through it. And then I had to deal with the, basically grief, I guess. I had to accept that this is what was going on, and I had to deal with it. Because at first I didn't really accept it. I thought she'd change her mind and everything would be hunky-dory again. That's what I thought. I mean, that was the reasonable sort of thing to think. So I did that for a couple of weeks. And then I got angry, like, how dare her do that? It's not fair kind of thing. Which is not. And I'm perfectly right to do that, but I didn't show an ounce of anger to anybody. I worked myself through that. I told myself, no, that's not the way. But I let myself feel that anger, because I understand you've got to let yourself feel the emotions that come up from the experience of your life. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going through the motions of the different emotions. So after the anger, there was acceptance. That's what was really happening. And then there was grief, sadness, crying, and sadness, which lasted quite a while, and it still is that. And then there is forgiveness, and I did that as well, and I worked through the forgiveness, and I totally forgive her for there's probably underlying reasons that I don't understand, that are probably not really to do with me, but more to do with her, and that's, I'm not just passing the buck, that's probably the truth, you know. Which does ease the burden slightly. But still, it was fucking hard, man. That was a hard thing to deal with. Losing a close friend in such a crazy way, in such an unpredictable, weird way that you'd never expect. So anyway, that's my personal story that I've just told the whole fucking world. I hope you can identify with that. And thanks for listening. And I'll see you next time. Sam out.